All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let me turn this down. Good morning, everyone. Oh, my camera is frozen. Camera's frozen. 2 seconds, guys. You can hear me, but you can't see me. You can see my screen. Sorry, guys, 2 seconds. There we go. Cool. We're back. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get Zoom up here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. All good now. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let me just check. Gold having a nice squeeze up here this morning, guys. But yeah, happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back. Anyone is new here? Welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. Been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. So we'll see what we get for the London session, guys. Gold's having a nice push up here. I did want the longs, which I can see William has just asked a very good question, which is kind of the reason I'm unfortunately not long gold right now. Which I'll share with you guys, because there's a bit of a difference between the spot and futures price right now. I really wanted to get long here on gold. However, with the spot price looking so different and the futures chart already grabbing my targets, yeah, it's made it a little bit tough. So what I was kind of thinking here, pre-London, is I was looking for longs up into these highs here. But on the yeah, on the currency chart, which I'll see if I can share. Let me share. I don't think it will let me share, unfortunately. But yeah, on the spot chart, I've lost all my. Oh, we've lost my screen now. Give me 2 seconds, guys. This is what happens when you mess around. You get my screen back here. 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, on the spot chart, the highs haven't been grabbed, but they've already been grabbed on the futures. So it's kind of tough for me to buy the futures when the spot chart has when the futures has grabbed the highs, but the spot chart hasn't. It kind of makes it tough to buy. But yeah, we'll break it all down, guys. We'll break it all down. Yeah, big differences, big differences, which can work in two ways. It can work in your favor, but it can also work against you. Sometimes you might get stopped on the futures, but the spot chart maybe hasn't grabbed the highs or lows. So, well, we'll break it all down. But yeah, I really wanted these longs. I really wanted these longs here. Good morning, guys. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Now, that's a first. That is a first for August. I wish you a Merry Christmas for December as well, man. Don't know. Maybe the first person who's ever wished me Merry Christmas in August. But thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Let's have a quick look at the news before we do anything. Gold had a bit of a choppy session yesterday, guys. You did have a nice push, later into New York. You had a nice squeeze up here, grab lows, close bullish. You had nice buys at 3 o'clock London time, 4 o'clock my time. I wasn't watching the charts that late, but you ended up having a very nice 100-tick push after you pretty much shopped around for most of London and then kind of sold off, 9:30 to 10 a.m. You had a little squeeze down here on gold, then you got bought right back up. So the liquidity levels from yesterday were right. So I wasn't so keen on shorting because there wasn't really a risk to reward for me to short. But it was nice to see gold having a bit of a bounce yesterday. Let me just have a look at the news, guys. It's Thursday, so we do have we got unemployment claims. What have we got today? We got Bank of England speaking again. We got Bailey speaking. Then we have unemployment claims for the US dollar. 2:30. Wait, this is Madrid time. Let me change this to London time. Where's London time? London time. There we go. So we have yeah, we got Bank of England news at 12:30 London time, and then we got unemployment claims at 1:30. Euro was crazy. Yeah, we'll have a look at NQ. We'll have a look at Euro. Gold's having a lovely push up here. Kind of already fulfilled the range. But the thing is, I can see the spot chart going higher. I can see the spot chart coming much higher for about another, let's say, 40 to 50 ticks on the spot chart. But because the currency's already tagged the highs, it kind of makes it hard for me to buy the futures. So some of you guys saying, how do you approach it? It's very tough because the spot chart could continue pushing up, and the futures could just try and stall. So yeah, we kind of want to be a little bit careful here on gold this morning, guys. That's why I think we'll look at NQ. Let's have a quick look at the euro as well. Remember we spoke about euro longs yesterday. Did it end up hitting the highs? Where was our chart from yesterday? Yeah, look at that. Wow, beautiful. If you guys remember yesterday, we spoke about how the euro was looking great for more, not swing longs, but not scalping longs, where I said you could very likely hold this trade for a good couple of hours. Well, that's exactly what you did. The euro played perfectly. Had this very nice left shoulder head, right shoulder, with a very, very clear target. And that's why I was saying yesterday to you guys, if you guys remember, I was saying yesterday, I think a lot of people will be trying to short here in the euro. And if a lot of people are trying to short the euro, that's where you want to look to get long. So, did anyone buy the euro yesterday off the analysis? Euro played very, very well. Anyone take that? The Euro pushed beautifully. Did exactly what we said. Where we said a lot of people short in here, come up and squeeze the highs, and we also said it was pretty much identical to what the Australian dollar had already done. So here, the euro hadn't grabbed the highs. Australian dollar already had. So when we looked at the euro, it was pretty much the exact same setup, except you hadn't grabbed the highs. And it moves, it moves the same as gold. As if you're going to have a true move up or down, you're always going to come and tag previous highs or lows. And then the euro ended up having a huge breakout. So if you guys did execute that from yesterday's analysis, well done. Probably the nicest play of the day. It was much nicer than gold as well. That's what I kind of said yesterday. I think it was looking much nicer. Yeah, even if you didn't take it, even if you watched it play out, it was still nice to see the move happening. I didn't take it either. I don't trade the euro, but it was still nice to see the analysis play out. Let me just grab some water, guys. I'll be 2 seconds. So yeah, we'll see what we get for today, guys. We'll break down all markets. We've got London Open in about 20 minutes as well. So we shall see what we get. Yeah, got stop tab but re-entered. Yeah, to be honest, there was nice buys. Let me get rid of this. There's our once here you grab lows and close bullish. Buying this at 9 AM candle, risking off the low was a good trade. Came down, stopped out, then rebroke back above. So you would have been having to give that trade a second chance around 11 AM. So yeah, I can see if you bought the 9 AM candle, yeah, I can see how you would have taken a stop there. But as soon as it closed back above, get right back in at 11 AM. Ended up having a beautiful bush. Beautiful bush. So yeah, euro. Very nice push. NQ did have a look at this on gold. Gold absolutely moving here, guys. I really wanted to get these longs, but with the currency, see now currency's tagging the highs. Currency just gave a very nice 30-minute breakout. 30-minute fake out, sorry. Very nice buys. I would have loved to have been in this. I can't share my currency screen for some reason because the charts are all on my travel setup. I can't. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know why it didn't let me do it. Usually it does. There we go. Is that working? Cool. I'll show you guys on Zoom as well. So this is these were my liquidity levels on the currency chart. So I really wanted to buy this here, this 30-minute fake out right now, and risk off any closure below, targeting these highs for like 48 ticks. But like I say, excuse me, because the futures had already grabbed the highs, it's hard for me to want to buy the futures because the futures could start to top out at any point. But the currency chart, buying this 7:30 candle was very nice, very nice. Just got out 60 ticks. Yeah, nice, beautiful work, man. When it's that different, I get a bit skeptical, but it was on the currency chart. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. These are the liquidity levels here, and all the way back up here. You grab lows, close bullish, beautiful, fantastic 30-minute fake out. You got 15-minute liquidity grab, breakout, boom, lovely 50+ ticks right there. Very nice. Which on the futures, yeah, futures gave 60. That's amazing. Yeah, nice trade, man. Great trade. Let me go back to my futures chart. Let me see. Here. Yeah, don't feel comfortable taking it. Yeah, same as me, man. Same as me. Because sometimes, when they're that out of sync, you can also, you could put your stop based on a liquidity low on the futures chart. But if it's not the same liquidity low on the currency chart, it can stop you out before having the real move. But it was a very nice push. So good job to you guys if you did take it. So yeah, let's have a look at NQ, guys. We'll leave gold for the London Open. We're having a very, very nice push. Now, liquidity levels from NQ yesterday, if you guys remember, you know, we'll do some fresh analysis here in a second, but I just want to recap the moves that we saw yesterday. NQ already had a very, very, very nice push yesterday. If you guys remember the London session, we spoke about NQ coming down for this big, again, inverse head and shoulders with a very, very, very key liquidity grab. Liquidity level. So NQ, it was very choppy intraday. I was actually trying to trade it, but it was very choppy intraday at the New York Open. But on the higher time frame, we hit liquidity levels beautiful. Now, we were actually trying to short this in the London session. It didn't really break out until we jumped off at 9 a.m. You end up then having that nice sell-off where you came literally perfectly back down into our level, dropped like 60 points before then held this support and had a huge, 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 huge push. So, Euro analysis, NQ analysis, absolutely perfect yesterday. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And NQ had a huge push. You had a, excuse me, very, very, very strong daily close yesterday on NQ. I did try and take some buys here intraday, but it got pretty tough. I should have been in from like down here pre-New York, but I wanted to wait for the New York Open. And it just kind of messed around for quite some time. Like the actual Open was, and this is why NQ can be so tough, but you know, look at this price action. Up, down, up, massive rip up, massive rip down, then huge continuation back up higher. So intraday, the New York Open was very, very tough on NQ, but higher time frame analysis did exactly what we said. Exactly what we said. Reason being that this was a liquidity level. Same thing that we just spoke about on the Euro. People trying to short here, sit their stops just above, looking for this huge play down. What does NQ love doing? Same as gold, loves to come up, tag the highs before then having the real move. So if you haven't tagged the highs, then that's your clear target for the day. And you end up having this beautiful, beautiful push. Anyone trade NQ yesterday? NQ had a massive, massive push as well. And a very, very, very strong daily close. Very, very, very strong daily close. So yesterday's analysis, and again, you know, again, much nicer than gold yesterday. Much, much, much nicer than gold. And the thing is, you know, we're into what is supposed to be the slowest month of the year. And from the lows yesterday, NQ had an absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy push. Crazy push. 370 points on a summer month is insane. Absolutely insane. Hey, Aaron, new here. Welcome, man. Need to study your strategy. Where should I start? Just tune in, man. Just listen to the stream. We're going to be here for the next hour and a half. You'll understand the strategy and even what I've just explained right now. Even if you know, maybe go back and watch yesterday's stream, the reasons that I had these liquidity levels. But just keep tuning in, man. Keep tuning in, listening, ask questions, and you're getting lots of value just from tuning in here, man. Yeah, that's true. No slow months with Trump. Absolutely. Very, very, very true. Made 1300 from NQ. Nice, nice, nice. So let's do some fresh analysis here on NQ. We'll have a look at gold at the London Open. Obviously, we had a very, 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 very strong daily close. Now let's go back to our higher time frame chart here. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. Any tips for trading the New York, trading the Open of New York on NQ? I don't trade the Open on NQ, unfortunately, man. I watched it yesterday for the first time in ages, but I personally don't trade it. I prefer trading gold. I think if you were going to trade NQ at the Open, I personally would wait for the first couple of minutes. Because if you look at it from yesterday, you know, you get so much noise before the real moves happen. Like here yesterday, you know, New York opened up, down before then having the real move. So, again, it depends on people's levels of experience. But I personally, again, this is just me, I wouldn't trade the New York Open. I would give it at least like 15 to 30 minutes. I think pre-New York can give you much nicer opportunities. And maybe like an hour after the Open, if not half an hour. I personally wouldn't try and trade it. not intraday trying to scalp New York Open. I think it's I mean, it's not all the time, but it's very, very hard to read the price action. I find anyway. That's why I personally prefer to trade gold if I'm going to trade anything. However, we have been seeing very, very nice London trades on NQ recently. That's why I've kind of started to enjoy watching it here more in the London session, because it has been giving very, very nice moves. So look at this. Every time we have a massive bearish push on NQ, it gets bought right back up. Massive sell-off, bought right back up yesterday as well. So very, very, very strong engulfing candle yesterday. Closing back above Wednesday's candle. Let's have a look at, Tuesday's candle. Look at this weekly here, guys. Look at this. Almost getting bought right back up. I did buy some stocks yesterday. I bought some more shares in Amazon. And I think it was Amazon was up like, I don't know, 3% already. But look at this monthly time frame. We broke above 23,000. We've held it. We're squeezing higher. Now, although I do like an overall correction on NQ, it seems like every single time it's dipping, it's getting bought right back up. So it's kind of hard to want to sell it. That doesn't mean we can't sell it in London for a bit of a pullback, but overall, to me, we're looking bullish. Now, with where we're currently at, we did have a very nice breakout yesterday, where could we maybe come back down here in London, retest these highs before maybe going back up in New York? Yeah, possible. I can see that. Gold having a beautiful squeeze in the currency chart, guys. Beautiful squeeze. 4 hours looking pretty bullish. Hourly time frame here. What are we up to? So grab lows, bullish, broke below, broke back above. So a little bit of a range around that 23.5 level, which is a big level. If I'm going to sell it for a bit of a pullback, then I'd want to see a closure back below this intraday resistance. Broke, fake out, nice support. So a break above 23 and a break back below this intraday support. And then you could see some trades here on NQ, but it looks like right now you are stuck in a little bit of a range. A little bit of a range. You know, could you come back down and maybe test these lows from Asia? Yeah, possible. I can see that. Again, I'd like to see a little bit of a closure below before I would consider shorting, personally. But I do like NQ to give a bit of a pullback in London. Silver's booming. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Yeah, the currency chart's pushing beautifully on gold. Really, really, really nice. Currency's pushing beautifully. It's a shame the futures and currency itself, because this would have been a very, very textbook buy for us. Very, very textbook buy, but you know, we'll see what else we get. Where are we? Wrong screen. Here. We'll see what else we get for the day. What platform do I use for stocks? I use two. I use Trading 212, and I also use Interactive Brokers. My stock plays are not, you know, they're not day trades. They're more longer term. More longer term plays. You know, I might hold it for a couple of months, if not longer. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, it'll be on the YouTube link. Yeah, and I can send it in Discord, man. Absolutely. Yeah, gold having a very, very, very nice run here, guys. Look at this. Again, if I was to compare the currency chart and the futures chart was very, very nice here. Look at this. Came down, grabbed lows, held support. Buys at this 7 a.m. candle. This is a massive, massive pusher, guys. It's a real shame to watch this push. This is a $1,000+ trade. It's a beautiful, beautiful push. Beautiful push. Where are we? Wrong chart. Let's see. So in terms of what we can see here on gold at the London Open, guys, I mean, we're already having a very big push. So I think it's going to be tough to trade gold at London Open. I think we should watch. I think we should watch other markets instead. I think if we're going to get a trade on gold, it's going to take some time because it's already had a very nice push. So yeah, we could look at some. We could look at some other markets instead. Look at this push on gold. Huge push. Really nice push. Like I say, I would absolutely love to be in this. Love to be in this. Could we be seeing again? Look at this on the higher time frame now on gold. Could gold just be coming in to fill in all these previous wicks? I mean, it's not looking too surprising. If we break out here today, yeah, I think you could see a gold come all the way back to 3,500. Bullish closure today, and you could see some big buys on gold. Big buys. Let's have a look. No real news. Are you still in Oz? I'm not in Oz, man. I'm in Madrid right now. It's almost 9 a.m. here. I'm in Madrid. I'm still trying to get over jet lag. I fell asleep at like 8 p.m. last night, and then woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning. So I'm still trying to get over the jet lag. I'm gonna power through today. Can you see the pound? Yep, definitely. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the pound. What's the pound been up to? Let me see. What's the pound been up to? Let's get rid of all this. Pound on a pretty decent recovery. Look at this. Came down, hit these lows here from back in May. Did you actually look? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Came down. That's beautiful. Look at that. Came down, tagged these lows perfectly, and had a huge bounce. Pound's having a very nice recovery. That's a crazy liquidity grab. Came down, spiked the lows. Very nice breakout. Nice strong close yesterday. So you'll very likely see pound continue squeezing up into the highs of 30th of July. Now intraday. Intraday, what do you want to see? You're already having a pretty nice squeeze up here towards the end of the Asian session. So I'd like a little bit of a pullback on pound, and then continue buying, back up into this 33.95 level. I think if anyone is trying to short here in the pound, they'll probably risk off this high. Same as what we said about the euro yesterday. If pound is going to have a true move down, you're very likely come and tag these highs first. So I would be bullish intraday on the pound, but if I was going to get long, I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback first. I think a little bit of a pullback could be good because, any rejection from here will probably bring in some sellers sitting their stops above, and you can see if you can buy up into that level. So I'd say, yeah, a little bit of a pullback on the pound, then see if you can get it. It's kind of already having a pretty decent push. Same as the euro. Euro had a great push yesterday. Same as the pound. Look at this. Perfect liquidity level here. Same as the euro. People try and short here, where they sit their stops right above these highs. What does it do? Pulls back and then comes straight into all them highs. So it was a huge push on the pound as well. Huge push on the pound as well. Do I trade oil? No, I don't trade oil. I used to trade oil. Not really for day trading though. I've had some good swing trades on oil before. Day trading, I'm not a huge fan of oil. I find it very hard to read. Sometimes I look at it and it has great moves. Then yeah, other times I just find it very hard to read consistently. But I can absolutely break it down. Absolutely. Although I don't trade it, I can, absolutely still break it down for you guys for sure. We can have a look at the oil. Buy a cortado yet? Is that like is that small coffee with milk or cortado? I feel like we get that in Australia. But no, I haven't. Where is it? Where is this? Oh, is it like an espresso with milk, maybe? Is that what it is? That's what it looks like. I haven't, but it looks pretty good. I just got an Americano this morning. I've been up since like 5 a.m. and coffee shops here don't open until like 8. So I was just walking around this morning, getting my steps in, waiting for the coffee shops to open. But yeah, I'll definitely give one of these a try. I need to power through today. Like I say, yesterday I think I fell asleep at like 7:30, 8, and then wake up to like 5 a.m. this morning. So I need to try and get back to a better sleep pattern today. Thank you, Craig. Good to be back, man. Good to be back. Good to be back. I wanted a long gold, man. I wanted a long gold. Yeah, we got London Open here, guys. We got London Open here. Let me just have a look at my currency chart here. Gold having a crazy, crazy, crazy push here, guys. It's a real shame that currency was lagging behind. Tony knows up at low quality food notes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Sam. It's very frustrating, man. Like I say, I would be up like over 100 ticks on gold right now. But with them being so out of sync, yeah, it's too hit and miss. Way too hit and miss. Let's have a look at the pound here, guys. Where did I just type that? Type that in Discord. So yeah, gold having a very, very nice push here, guys. This is, like I say, it's unfortunate because I would love to be in these buys from like 7M off this beautiful liquidity grab. But with the, you know, currency and futures being so different, it's very hard for me to want to trade gold here this morning. I do still like currency to come up for another big push, but it's already hit a level where I would be managing my trade. So here, you know, I would already be buying gold here, tagging these highs here. But because the currency's grabbed it, yeah, I'm gonna have to sit it out on gold this morning. So I think we should. I think we should have a look at some other markets as well. You know, have a look at. Sorry, not as well. Instead, have a look at NQ this morning. And yeah, have a look at some other markets. See what else is out there. You don't want to chase gold when they're this different. Like I say, you know, it can look good because you can still push up and get some great trades. Oh, look at this actually on NQ here. Let me have a look here on NQ. So what we do, NQ's broken back below here. NQ's breaking back below. Let me just go to my. Make it some shorts here on NQ. How many funded accounts do you have? I have max funding on Topstep. I have 5. I have 5 funded accounts. Let me just see if I can log into my dashboard here. Is the weather looking good? Yeah, weather's beautiful, man. Weather's been beautiful here. Weather's very, very nice. It was very, very hot yesterday, but we can't complain. It was beautiful, man. Yeah, beautiful. I think it was like 36 yesterday, which is lovely. But I would I'd much rather be by the beach. I'd rather be by the beach than in a hot city. That's for sure. I'm just getting up my dashboard here. 2 seconds. Where are you? Where's my account? Yeah, make it some shorts on NQ. If I'm going to trade NQ, guys, I will trade smaller risk because it's not my it's not what I actively trade all the time. So if I'm going to trade it, then yeah, I'll probably do it a smaller size. Let me just move this. 4 until yesterday. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. It happens. You're gonna lose funded accounts. It's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. It happens. You're gonna get funded. You know, you're gonna lose funded accounts. You're gonna get payouts. It's all part of the process, man. As long as you understand, you know, what did you do wrong, what did you do right, or you know, maybe you did everything right, but it was just the markets that day. You know, that's fine. It happens. I'm not here to be perfect. I guess the good thing about having more than one account is, you know, for me personally, it takes off a lot of pressure. There's not so much pressure to have to perform. You know, if I've got 5 accounts and I lose one account, I go, okay, cool, I've still got 4. You know, obviously we don't want to lose the accounts, but if it happens, it happens. It's trading. You know, there's going to be good times in trading. There's going to be losing times in trading. You're not gonna, you know, you're very likely not gonna have constant winning weeks every week. So you know you're gonna have down periods in trading. It's part of the business. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest, Joe. I wish I knew, man. It's very, very hard. No, it's not. It's not very common that you see the currency and the futures this out of sync. It has happened before. We've seen it happen before. With them being this out of sync, though, I mean, you can, like, if you actually look at the two, the price action looks the same, but they're just in two completely different areas. So I just kind of, yeah, I don't know how long it will take for them to get back to sync again. I do just have to be very cautious when they are this out of sync, unfortunately. Like I say, it's tough because, you know, it would have been like a $700-800 trade here this morning. But yeah, just have to let them catch back up again. What have I done? What have I done here? Where are we? But yeah. Yeah, that's right, Sam. There was a time this year where it was where they were very out of sync, and it was almost causing you to have some losses. So you can kind of work in a. Let me get rid of this. You know, it can kind of work in both ways. Where, oh, if I just delete all my NAS here, where's all my levels? Here we go. You know, you can get some great trades when they are out of sync, even still. But then also, it's kind of hard to judge a stop, because if you have a stop on the futures, but it gets tagged in the currency or vice versa, it can be pretty tough. Like, for instance, this low here on the futures, see, it kind of respected these lows here, but on the currency, it came way low. It came like all the way down here. So it's kind of hard to judge a stop. Out off the New York Open as well. Yeah, I saw that. New York Open did have a nice push on gold yesterday. Once he came down, grabbed lows and closed bullish. There was nice buys here at 3 o'clock London time. Nice 100 tick push. Let's have a look at NQ, guys. I don't think gold's gonna shape up for us, unfortunately. So I want to watch, see if we get some trades on NQ. Yeah, don't. I don't ever. I'll copy trade maybe like 1 or 2 accounts sometimes, but if you have 5, personally, I don't recommend copy trading 5. Are you a VWAP trader? I'm not a VWAP trader, man, but I do have it on my charts. Just more so to keep an eye on where it's at. It's only something I have started to look at recently, and it does, you know, get respected very, very well. You kind of see here on gold, you know, maybe if, but again, it's not something that I would use as a confluence for. Like, I wouldn't buy just because we're at VWAP, or I wouldn't sell because we're trading below VWAP. But it could be a good reason if I'm selling up here above these highs for some reason. The second we come into this support and the VWAP, you know, it could be an exit confirmation maybe. Yes, there is a discount code. It's -25. -25, I believe it's still up. But no, I keep the VWAP on my chart just to see where it's at, but it's not something I personally will actually execute trades off. But it's, yeah, I like to have it on my charts just to have a look. What's copper been up to, guys? Copper's still stuck in an aggressive range. Yeah, look at this on copper, guys. I mean, it's no surprise after, like I say, that huge push down, but copper's been pretty much written off since the end of July. 30th of July, it's been pretty much written off. Again, when you zoom out, this is exactly why. Exactly why. This is insane. So yeah, copper's off the cards. I'm trying to watch NQ here. You know, if we break above, you know, maybe we can buy up into these Asia highs. Let's see how we kind of play around in this range. I'd like to see maybe a 15-minute breakout here on NQ. Maybe fake out buys back above here. See if you can buy into these. See if you can buy into these Asia levels. Let's see. It's a real shame because gold's probably had one of the nicest moves here in London that I've seen all week, even the past like 2 weeks. Oh yeah, dash 25 is on the new dashboard as well. Yeah, only on the new dashboard. Yes, if you're on the new dashboard, which is dashboard.topstep.com, you should be able to do it. Anyone, any guys on Zoom or YouTube trade Asia today? Why not copy trade? I do copy trade, but I just don't recommend copy trading for everyone. And also, I don't recommend copy trading every single one of your accounts. I think it should be a little bit more diversified than that. Obviously, you know, you got the great upside that, yeah, you know, you can copy trade, you can make lots of money. Yeah, absolutely. You can also lose a lot of money. So it kind of works both ways. You know, if you're not psychologically ready to deal with the, you know, people could see, you know, $200 across 5 accounts is great, but if you then take a loss and you deal with like minus $1,000, you know, not everyone is able to deal with that psychology yet. So it depends on what level you're at. But even if you do have like 500 accounts on Topstep, I personally still don't copy trade all of them. Asia was 100 pips. Nice. Yeah, Asia was pretty nice here on gold today. Still, this London move, man, this is hard to watch, unfortunately. This is a very, very nice gold move here, guys. But again, don't chase it. It's, you know, if you're not in this gold move, which unfortunately I'm not, I can't start chasing here. Why would I start trading here if I knew if I was down here, if I bought from here and I was exiting up here, would I be taking new trades here? I wouldn't. So therefore, there's no reason for me to start doing it now. Like I say, you always got to see that. You always got to see the markets from that neutral perspective. I think if we get some breakout buys here on NQ, we may get a nicer play. Let's see. Let me see currency chart here on NQ. Yeah, NQ's looking good. I mean, gold. I do still have targets here on the currency chart. You got targets up into like 33.91. But again, if I'm going to buy it this high, I'd want to see a little bit of a pullback first. And I'm obviously not going to short against this big push up because it is a very, very, very nice push. A very, very nice push. But yeah, it's hard to judge a stop. So you could get stopped out on the futures before, you know, the currency even has the move. Put some music on? What's wrong with my background music? You don't like my background music? You not hear my background music? Is it too quiet? My copyright-free music's not good enough? Thank you, having a lovely push, you guys. Might get a nice breakout here in 2 minutes. What does combine mean on Topstep? More accounts traded at once, all live accounts. I don't trade futures. If you come from a currency background, a combine's like the challenge. You don't hear it? You really? So yeah, combine's like, if you come from a FX world, it's like the challenge to get the funded account. So the combine's what you do to prove that you can be eligible for funding. So on Topstep, if you take a combine, let's say you take a 100k combine, which is, you know, call a 100k challenge, then you got a profit target of 6,000 with a max loss of 3,000 and a max contract size of 10,000. Now can you hear it? You can hear the music? All right. Some people have been hearing music, some people haven't. I've been hearing music. You hear it? All right. All right. Aaron's not a jukebox. Getting a potential 15-minute breakout here on NQ, guys. If we pull back, you may see if you get some longs. If I'm going to trade NQ, I'm going to trade it at smaller size. See if we can come up and tag them Asia highs. You are coming up into some pretty strong resistance, though. It's a big level. A very, very big level. I'd have to see a pretty decent 15 bottom wick to want to take this. But I think these Asia highs would make the most sense. Yeah, I'm not a jukebox, right? You can hear it nice. Let's see if you get a nice bottom wick here. We'll see if we can play this little range here in NQ. 20 points now. I need a bit of a bottom wick. Rejection from here. Maybe bring in some sellers, hit some stops above, pull back, and then we can buy up into that liquidity level. Let's see. Let me go back to my NQ chart. Short on gold. Short on gold. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. First 15-minute close. A little bit of a gap up here on the future chart. I personally wouldn't short this. Gold's bullish. Personally, again, that's just me. Gold's up 200 ticks in a London session. 200 ticks in a London session is a very, very, very big move. A very, very, very big move. Personally, I wouldn't be fighting that. Gold is not one to fight. If gold's going up, gold's going up. What gold loves to do is it loves to give false traps that it's going to have a bit of a pullback, and it just keeps going higher and higher and higher. I think there's nice opportunities out there in trying to short gold. Personally, I like these potential NQ longs. I just want to see a little bit of a pullback so I can get a good risk reward. Oh, I go straight for the highs there. Look at that, straight for the highs. Unfortunately, if you tag these highs and then close back below, then yeah, you got shorts down into here. I would have liked to have scalped this quick little long here though. Yeah, you did just tag the highs, so anyone shorting here, same as the euro, same as the pound. What do people love to do? People love to short, set their stops just above. So what does price do? Comes up and tags the highs. So I just have to wait for that 15 to close bullish and then take my trade. But because it's just opened and tagged the highs, if we pull back from here, great. Now that we maybe squeezed out these highs, you may see if you can short a pullback maybe. ES also tagging the highs as well. Let's have a look at the pound. Where was our pound analysis? Yeah, pound. Remember, pound. You do still have some liquidity on the pound as well. Oil. Let's have a look at oil. Someone said oil. Let's have a look. Where's oil? So this was here. Oil. I like oil long. Shorts. Back down into 62. Look at this daily close yesterday, guys. What do we do here on oil yesterday? Came up, tagged the highs, closed bearish. So that was a beautiful, beautiful liquidity continuation trade. You guys on Zoom, that's our continuation trades to a T. So oil, I'd like oil to get some shorts actually. Oil doesn't, daily time frame looks pretty nice here for a change. And you have a very nice target. The reason I'd be targeting these downside levels is pretty much exactly the same as what we just said on the pound. Let me go here. Where I would imagine a lot of people, if they're buying oil, sitting their stops just down below. So high chance you could see oil for some swing shorts. Caught that lovely London open on NQ. Nice, nice, nice. Where did you get it from, man? Yeah, lovely, 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 lovely. Beautiful trade, man. Yeah, very, 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 very nice scalp. Oh, you got a great entry, man. Look at your entry. Beautiful. You got long from 86.75. 86.75. You got great entry, man. You got long from 86.75. Back here, yeah, beautiful. Look at this on NQ, guys. Came up, tagged the highs, and now pulling back. So you got a great exit there as well, man. Should have entered earlier, but I was now you got a great trade there, man. You also got a perfect exit as well. So it's not only that do these liquidity levels, give you direction of where to trade, they also give you very nice exits, because if you're buying, you're exiting right at this high. Why? Because that could be a level where price could tag and then just completely reverse, because that's how these liquidity levels play out. So not only did you have a great entry, you also had a perfect exit, man. Perfect exit. Yeah, textbook. Yeah, 100%, man. I agree. So yeah, oil shorts, higher time frame are looking good. Let's see. Oil shorts, daily time frame are looking nice. Now, intraday time frame, what are we seeing here on oil? Pretty decent bounce here in Asia. Tag the highs bearish. So I wouldn't want to be shorting just yet. Looks like we are having a bit of a bounce here. If I was going to sell oil, I wouldn't be shorting just yet. I'd have to see, if you close back below this resistance, then you could potentially short. But right now, you may close above. So let's be patient here on oil. Oh, look at that perfect liquidity grab there, guys. Perfect liquidity grab. Gold still squeezing higher. Let me favorite this. Gold still squeezing higher here as well, guys. Again, like I say, don't not don't short it. Personally, I'm not going to short gold. Let's have a look. So NQ just came up, tagged these Asia highs. So could you now be coming back down for these Asia lows? Possibly. Let's see. Gold on the currency. No bottom wick on this current 15. Just straight back higher. Remember, there's still liquidity on the currency chart on gold, so that's why you don't want to short it. If you have a look at the currency chart on gold, there's still highs to come and grab. You know, I would only consider shorts on gold if you come up and grab the highs in the currency around 91, and then break back below. I personally believe a lot of people will be short on gold, sitting some stops above, so you may see a little bit of a squeeze higher before any shorts. Sorry if I missed it. That's all good, man. But what could have been your entry on gold? Gold was very tough just because the futures and currency were so out of line. But the perfect entry was 7 a.m. here. You had this nice 15-minute fake out, and you also had a 30-minute liquidity grab. So 30-minute came down, grabbed a lot of lows, held support. So buying that 7 a.m. candle was very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. But other than that, though, up here, Percy wouldn't be taking new trades. The nicest buys, but yeah, 7 a.m. to 7:15. Only reason I entered through these crazy RS points was because of opening session. Yeah, nice volume and momentum smash through. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Upside targets for gold. I mean, we're coming into a pretty huge. Let me go. Let's go on this higher time frame chart here. I mean, could we be seeing gold come all the way back for that 3,500 level? I mean, we're looking very, very strong right now. To be honest, I was kind of anticipating maybe yesterday you'd maybe come down and tag some lows first. But what's crazy here on gold is this daily's opened and just ripped up straight away. There's no, there's a little bit of a bottom wick, but there's not much of a liquidity grab on the day time frame. You're opening and just pushing up. I think what's going to be very interesting on a higher time frame upside target for gold is if today closes above 34.50, I think you become all the way back to the highs of July. Which if you do come there, then could we be seeing gold back to some new all-time highs? I mean, maybe. It's, when I started this month, I wasn't really anticipating that, but now we look at this monthly time frame. So yeah, we could be coming into fill in all of these wicks, which would be huge. But in terms of intraday targets on gold, depending on where you are long from, I would be targeting here. If not, maybe these highs here, which if we just make this a little bit smaller, that would be my next area of interest on gold. That 62.7. I think if gold's going to see a bit of a pullback, we'll very likely come and tag these highs first. Where is Sammy? Sammy's still in Australia, unfortunately, man. I'm missing my Sammy. Yeah, dog's still in Australia, man. He's not coming over. Not coming over till September, which is when my partner's coming as well. So unfortunately, we got no Sammy here. We got no Sammy until September. But then he'll be here in Spain, living the life, living the dream. Gold shooting for the moon. I know gold's booming. Absolutely booming. It's a shame because I would love to be in the longs. Yeah, all-time highs on gold would be insane. Absolutely insane. Like I say, when I started this month, I'd say, nah, I think you're gonna have a bit of a decent pullback on gold. But now we look at this high time frame on gold. Yeah, it's looking very, very strong. I think you kind of stuck at these highs here, guys. If we're going to short for a bit of a pullback here, we don't want to short just yet. Let's not short just yet. We got the first 30-minute close of the London session coming in. Currency is now tagging them highs. So if any of you guys are in the longs, that would be my full TP area, right up into them highs. That is probably one of the biggest London pushes I have seen in quite a while. That's a 100-tick push on the currency chart. huge push. Again, this is the reason I said don't try and short gold. Gold is not a market to try and fight. If gold's going up, gold's going up. You know, regardless of what you think might happen, if gold's going up, don't fight it. Gold loves to give them false signs of, oh, you know, we're finding resistance, but then it just keeps squeezing higher and higher and higher. Yeah, I know. Massive range. Even yesterday, massive range, and now you're finally having that huge breakout. Huge breakout. Do you trade full time? Yeah, I trade full time. I've been trading full time for about 5 years. Should I enter now? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what gold wants you to do. You know, it gives you that. It keeps pushing up. Just when you think it can't come back down, you know, you try and jump in longs. Before you know it, we're finding resistance and pulling back. I'd be watching these highs here. Yeah, might scale into the micros, man. Let's watch NQ here. Wow, currency pushing straight through them highs here, guys. Absolutely huge push. Maybe quick muffins, yeah. You long, I short, and Zoom group win. Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. That's a good point. But what if it starts ranging? Yeah, weekly and daily, yeah, it's looking very strong gold. Very strong gold. Wow, this is a crazy push here on gold, guys. There must be there's no news here, right? This is a huge push. Let me have a quick look. When is the right time to go full time in trading? That's a great question. I'll tell you my journey. Apologies for you guys who have already heard my journey. I took the leap into full-time trading, maybe quicker than some. I took the leap into full-time trading after like 2.5 years. But you know, when I took the leap into full-time trading, I was still doing other things, and I wasn't really caring too much about trying to make. Wow, gold is absolutely ripping, guys. This is painful to watch. I wasn't really too. This is crazy. I wasn't really too interested in trying to make, you know, crazy amounts of money per month. I was like, man, if I can make, yeah, really painful. I was like, if I can make like, you know, 2,000 to 3,000 a month, I'll be very happy. So for me personally, I took the leap once I had a few funded accounts. I'd already had some payouts. I also had personal capital. I moved to a country where I could live very cheaply to kind of knuckle down on trading more. So I had savings behind me. I had funded accounts. I also had personal accounts. And then I took the leap I traveled around Europe for a while. And then I went to go live in Asia because I was like, I could live very cheap here. I have very little expenses, and I don't need to put all the pressure to have to make, you know, people are so obsessed, like I want to make 5,000-10,000 a month, which is like, yeah, that's all well and good. But for me in the beginning, I didn't really care about that. I was like, man, if I could just make 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000 a month, I'll be very happy. So I just, yeah, pretty much I packed up my whole entire life back home. Got rid of like pretty much all of my unnecessary outgoings, like subscriptions to websites and, you know, Netflix and all that crap that I just didn't need. And all my expenses really were. I was like, man, I could live in Thailand for like $1,000 a month, and that's all I really cared about. And I also knew that, you know, if I'm there, when I'm trying to trade and work a job that I hate, it was very easy for me to try and take that negativity out on the charts, and that's what kind of held me back for even longer. Like I failed at trading for over 2.5 years consistently, and a lot of it came from just my own internal pressure and my own mindset, where I was like, when I'm kind of in a country where I'm more mentally free, I may have some sales here on NQ, where I'm more mentally free, it gave me more time to focus on trading more from a better perspective. And like I say, I wasn't really caring too much about making however much a month from trading. I was like, if I could make, you know, a couple of thousand, sustain myself and focus on trading more, grow my capital, I'll be very happy. So yeah, again, you know, whereas if I had tried to take a leap into full-time trading whilst, you know, being somewhere where my cost of living was high, it would have taken me much longer. Obviously, you know, not everyone can quit their job and go live in Asia, but There's different things you can do. Like again, I wouldn't, if I was to do it again, I would, you know, I would transition. You know, I'd maybe go from full-time work to maybe part-time, or the more I've traveled, the more I've seen that there's so many different ways for people to be like digital nomads and substitute incomes that help them with trading. Like, it's very hard to go from full-time income to just full-time trader. You're going to put way too much pressure on yourself. So, you know, find some other things that you're passionate about and see if you can build incomes from that to, you know, help with trading. The more you can detach from having to make money in trading, the better you will trade. So that was my whole plan. I may have a sell stop here on NQ in a second, guys. I may have a sell on the break of the low here. I'm going to trade small size though, because I'm not super confident on NQ yet. Let me see. Let me have a look at this 30-minute. May get a sell stop here on NQ to come back down to these Asia lows. But I will be trading small size. Small size. No, so I was having a look, seeing if there was news. I can't see there's any news. Nah, I can't see any news. Dollar falls further on week as the post NFP fallout continues. NFP was last Friday. But no, I can't see anything. So yeah, like I would say, yeah, if you want to go full time in trading, you know, find a remote job that you can do that, you know, frees up some time. It gives you some sort of income, and, you know, takes that pressure off trading. Anything you can do to take off that pressure will really help you. And for me now, what's kind of helped me with the pressure of day trading is having, you know, different ways of diversifying in the markets as well. You know, I have day trading, now I've got stocks and lots of other things as well. So there's less pressure in that sense. Let me just fix the light here, guys. 2 seconds. What level would I continue? I honestly wouldn't continue. I wouldn't consider shorting gold anytime soon. Gold's bullish. Like I said, don't fight the markets. Gold's bullish. If I'm gonna short gold, well, gold's not gonna just drop out of nowhere. That's not how gold moves. If gold's gonna have a drop, it's, you know, gonna range for quite some while. It's gonna grab some highs and then it might push down. But that's gonna take a good couple of hours. You know, you have a push up, you range, and then you continue pushing. And this is why I said don't short gold. If gold's going to have a pullback, it's at least going to grab these highs. But again, it's not just going to drop out of nowhere, unfortunately. As much as we would love it to, it's just not how gold moves. So don't fight gold. Which currency chart do I use on TradingView? I use the Oanda chart. But you can use whichever one you want to. But yeah, I use the Oanda chart here. This is unfortunately, guys, because we're not in it. This is probably one of the nicest gold moves in the London session I have seen in a very long time. A very, very long time. And the only reason I'm not in it is because they are so out of sync. Party shirt trader in the house. Where's party shirt trader in the house? Ash, there he is. Nice. What's going on, man? Let's see. Short on NQ, possibly. I'm considering a sell stop. I'm only going to take it at small size though, because it's a little bit risky. But yeah, there's a potential sell stop on NQ. Come down into these Asia lows. Looking for NQ to come down into here. But again, if you normally trade gold, don't start trading NQ just because you want to take a trade. Let me see here. Let me have a look at the currency chart. Yeah, gold is having a very, very, very nice push here, guys. Crazy push. Crazy push. The currency chart was so nice. You just had so many targets. So many clear targets. It is. You had two beautiful liquidity levels You had a very nice 30-minute fake out. Look at this. Probably one. Like I say, it's unfortunate, but it's probably one of the biggest London pushes we have seen in quite some time. Yeah, pure volume. This is the thing. This is when London's good, when you get this nice volume. Where have we gone? Wrong screen. Yeah, there's potential for a short on NQ. It's kind of just ranging at these highs, but yeah, there's the potential short here. Came up, grabbed the highs, closed nice and bearish. There is the potential for a short on NQ. Pound potentially come for the highs as well, guys. If you get a 15 closure like this on the pound, you grab lows, close bullish. Remember, there's a decent range to play on the pound as well. Very, very nice range here. How much is this? What does the pound move at? 625, the same as euro? Yeah, pound same as the euro. 625 per tick. 625 per tick. Why am I trading the flip? I can just see NQ potentially come back down into these Asia lows. You had this huge run up yesterday. You've just came up. You've just tagged the highs of Asia. So if you can re-break the lows, there's potential for a little bit of a pullback. 15-minute grab the highs here, liquidate the highs, close nice and bearish. So if you can re-break the lows, there's the potential. If you close back above, then obviously you'd have to wait. But if this can hold, you know, below this intraday support, and this is one big top wick, you kind of trying to anticipate the candle's going to look something like this. If it can re-break the low. Like I say, it doesn't have to, but if it can look something like that. It's kind of how I'm anticipating this next 15 can look. Gold, yeah, don't watch gold, guys. If you watch gold, you'll FOMO in. This is, unfortunately, an absolutely phenomenal push. Not unfortunately, it's a beautiful push, but yeah, they were just very out of sync. What's this? Wow, 200 ticks on the futures. That's crazy. Crazy volume on gold. This is it's like some New York volume. 200 ticks in London is massive. Absolutely massive. NQ is Nasdaq. US 100. The same guy who wished me Merry Christmas has now also wished me Happy Birthday. It's not my birthday, but again, thank you, man. The more candles, the bigger the wish. Thank you, man. It's very kind. It's not my birthday, unfortunately. Look at this. Yeah, it's only chase. Yeah, don't chase this. Like I say, gold's not one to fight. It's also one not to chase. It's had the beautiful push. As frustrating as it may be to not be in it, you know, understand that if you were in it, you wouldn't be taking brand new positions right now. That's kind of what I always ask myself. You know, if I see a big move in the markets that I didn't get for whatever reason, I ask myself, well, if I got the move up, would I be trying to trade right now? Well, the simple answer is no. Happy Easter. Yeah, thank you, Ross. Happy Easter to you too, man. Appreciate it. But again, this is why I said don't short gold. Gold is not the market to try and fight, guys. If gold's pushing up, gold's pushing up. If you also try and chase it, you know, as exciting as it might be, where are you going to put your stop loss right now? If you try and buy from here, where's your stop loss going? Where's your risk to reward? Where's your targets? Yeah, wedding wishes. Yeah, everything. All the wishes they had. Look at this push on gold, guys. This is insane. You know, like if I buy gold from here, where's my stop? Like what? You know, you can put it below candle lows. That's not how gold moves. You might get lucky this once, but we're not here to get lucky. We're here to do what consistently works. So don't, you know, stop loss always has to go below a valid liquidity level. And right now, the last one is absolutely ages away. Yeah, you're right. He probably would, actually. He probably would. So there's no bottom wick on the previous 30, but there's a big wick on the previous hourly. Let's see, man. Let's see. Yeah, if there's not one on the 30, but there is on the hourly, sometimes you can still get it if you're quick enough. Higher time frame obviously is the most important. Like if you had a reason to buy this 30, but there was not much of a bottom wick, could you still take it if there's a bottom wick on the hourly? Yeah, definitely, you could. You'd have to be pretty quick with it though. But yeah, definitely, man. If there's a big one on the hourly, yeah, you can absolutely. Thanks for the knowledge, love Topstep. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning in. I would love, like I said, I would absolutely. This was a textbook buy here, guys. Unfortunately, it was just the currency chart and futures chart were just so out of sync that I just couldn't really take it. But it was an absolutely beautiful push. NQ still kind of in a bit of a range here, guys. So gold having a nicer move here in London today. NQ kind of a bit slow up here. Be watching for oil shorts as well. We do have the pound to come up into 92s. 92s. There's only one way for gold to go down. I push the buy button. Yes, feels like that sometimes. So we had some great calls on the currency yesterday, guys. The euro compared to yesterday, much nicer yesterday. Buys yesterday were beautiful. I wouldn't really be trading euro up here. Got at 2 a.m. New York time on gold. Let's have a look. 2 a.m. New York time. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that was the perfect entry, man. That's 7 a.m. London time. That's that 30-minute fake out. That was absolutely perfect. Where are we? So you got in at 2. Yeah, that was the perfect entry, man, because you had that 30-minute fake out. You closed bearish. You grab lows, close right back above. There's your fake out confirmation. There's your trade. That is, yeah, perfect. You got it at 2 a.m. New York time. That's a great trade, man. Well done. Beautiful trade. That's pretty much the entry that I wanted. Unfortunately, like I say, the currency chart was just, yeah, very different. The currency chart gave the buys at 7:30, which was kind of all the way, where is it? Like up here? Let me go back to London. Yeah, the currency chart gave the buys when we were all the way already up here. That's why it was kind of tough. But if you got it just based off the futures chart, yeah, that 7 a.m. candle was, yep, absolutely perfect, man. Great trade. Very nice trade. Probably trade of the week. Probably be trade of the week. Can I swap my... where are we? Can I swap my... Can I swap my practice trade with my combine trade? 2,590 on the practice and still going. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. But the positive from that is what goes to show when you just execute and let your trade do its thing. The reason, you know, people trade so well on practice and then so different on live markets is pure psychology. You know, if this was a live trade, you know, you would have been closing early. So the takeaway is try and implement the same things. Why do you care for currency spelt with an IE, gold, if you trade futures gold? Amateur hour much. That's an interesting way to answer the question, but if you have been tuning in for long enough, the amateur hour answer is we analyze on the currency chart for key liquidity grabs, because sometimes the currency chart will grab highs and lows more than the futures. So I don't know if it's an amateur hour. It's a pretty good understanding of the markets. Futures doesn't have to grab highs and lows as much as the currency chart does. That's my amateur hour understanding. Yeah, amateur hour much. If you watch the futures chart and the currency chart for long enough, you will see that the futures chart doesn't always grab highs and lows. So my amateur hour analysis is if the futures chart grabs highs, if the currency chart grabs highs, the futures chart doesn't need to. There's a little bit of divergence there. NQ shorts, maybe not yet. Nah, 15 still closed bullish though. Not yet. No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, gold. No shorts on NQ. NQ's just ranging. You grabbed highs, closed bearish, and you still closed back above. Bit of a range. Failed muffin ticks. Yeah, NQ's just ranging. Don't try and trade NQ yet. We're kind of just, you had a nice, very nice wick rejection here. Grabbed the highs, held the resistance, but you're straight back up. So yeah, don't try and trade NQ. Gold absolutely booming as well, absolutely booming. But again, in terms of new trades on gold, there's going to be no new trades up here. Obviously, you don't want to be entering in new trades up here on gold, guys. So unfortunately, you just have to accept that gold's had a beautiful push from like 6:30 London time. But you're not going to take any new trades up here. The buys are from down here, not up here. Always see the markets in that neutral perspective. Silver, yeah, Silver's having a crazy push as well. Absolutely massive push. Silver having a huge recovery again. Huge push. Huge push. I mean, yeah, overall you want to see where am I? Overall you want to see NQ go higher today. But I can see having a bit of a pullback of that big move that we saw yesterday, which we kind of planned for perfectly yesterday. You guys who were on the stream yesterday, we spoke about that perfect inverse head and shoulders pullback short in the London session, before then longing up into here. And you guys who were on the London session yesterday, perfect shorts back. Once you came down, held the support, there's your left shoulder, head, right shoulder, buys right up into that liquidity hill. So the buys yesterday were perfect. Nah, there's not really too much correlation between them, to be honest, man. They kind of move in their own way, especially gold. I don't watch silver to kind of correlate it to gold. Zoom, guys, give me 2 seconds. So yeah, YouTube, guys, I'm gonna wrap up there. Unfortunately, like I say, gold's had an absolutely phenomenal push. It happened before we were able to jump on, and it was also very different to how the currency chart is looking. And like I say to you guys, be smart. If price already had a massive push, and you know where you should have been buying, it's from down here. So if you start loading up new positions from here, it's pure emotional revenge trading. So sometimes you just have to accept it and just wait. So let me just report. So yeah, don't try and take new trades here on gold, guys. You just have to accept it's already had a beautiful push. As frustrating as it might be, see that markets from a neutral perspective, and come back for the New York session instead. Don't revenge trade it. Don't fight the markets. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow, and we'll end the week off strong. So trade safe, guys. Don't force the markets. Let it play out. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.